I'm just popping in because I realized that the goddamn video did not show today. I was so mad that, well, it showed, but it was it showed, but it was, what's the word I'm looking for? There was no sounds, which is so whack. So whack. So, yeah. So I apologize. And it wasn't my fault. when you really handle business and then somebody else's error messed up your business, like that's what happened. I was like, Nonetheless, so I wanted to apologize for that. But we actually do have the version with sound. So I will upload it and it will air tomorrow. So you'll have a special Views from Amanda Land at 10 a.m. tomorrow. Okay, yes, you had 1 hour of stillness. 2 hours of stillness. Apparently when they downloaded the audio, they did it separate from the video. So there you go. But the folks that were there, they had a great time. So I'm hearing in the chat, I'm seeing in the chat that y'all had a great time regardless. So I love that. So yeah, you get a bonus tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. You'll actually get to hear what you was looking at. Okay. Shout out to you, Sierra. Sierra said, maybe it's me. Maybe it's me. That's not a narcissist right there. That's not a narcissist. Sierra said, maybe it's me. But shout out to also, there were random bursts of sound. Oh, I guess when the different videos would play or when the intros would play. I'm assuming, right? Well, okay, hilarious. Well, what you'll be able to hear when you actually have the sound on for the full video is you'll be able to hear the people in the audience, because the people in the audience was singing along. And I have finally finished What Would the Ancestors Say? Oh my God. So I'm over here. I'm about to put a bunch of stuff for sale tonight. You're going to be able to get pre-sale of the signed copies of What Would the Ancestors Say? You'll be able to get the Malcolm X pins. You'll be able to get the Malcolm X bonus bundle. Well, it's the Brother Malcolm. So the Brother Malcolm bonus bundle, which includes an 11x17 print, as well as a sticker sheet and a magnet. And the Malcolm X big ass sticker. So you will also get to purchase, what else did I have in there? I've just been toiling away, y'all. I've just been toiling away trying to put all this together, organize it together, and get y'all the dopeness. So I'm really looking forward to that. And I made a point about Burkina Faso not being corrupt. Did I? Well, next week we actually have a reporter for our Africa Tap-In who is based in Burkina Faso. So look out for that. What else did I want to tell y'all? I had to turn up on the hotel reception because when I got here, they were like, so your room is ready, but check-in isn't until 4 o'clock. So you can pay $150 if you want to go into your room right now. I said, wait, hold up. The room is ready. Nobody's in the room. And y'all are telling me you want me to pay $150 to go in a room that I've already paid for? Well, I'm checking out before checkout, so don't it balance out? And they were like, that's just the policy. I said, get me the manager. Get me the manager. If all you got is that's just the policy, get me the manager. So now the manager come and he's like, before we start, what is your name? I say, oh, I see you're dominant. You're a domineering person. Okay, because it's a short man. And I said, this is exploitation. That's what this is. This is literal capitalist exploitation. You know that I want to get in the room, so you're trying to just charge me money just for the sake of charging me money. And that's just nonsensical. And he was like, well, this is the way it is. You know, this is just our policy. I said, well, why is it your policy? Like, what is the reason why this is your policy? Well, you know, because we have people that want to get in the room and they're willing to pay the $150. I said, where they at? Where they at? So he said, well, well, they have somebody has said that they would pay, that they would do that. So I said, okay, so why didn't she just say there's somebody, why would she offer me a room that somebody has already said they'll pay for? And he was like, well, you know, we usually don't offer explanations unless someone asks. I said, listen, this is nonsense. So, and he was like, well, you know, it's not nonsense. It's just business. And I said, well, I'm not about business. I'm about humans. And this doesn't make any sense to a human. It doesn't make any sense. I'm here. The room is there, but I can't get in the room because I won't give you $150. That don't make no damn sense. And you're trying to make it make sense. And he was like, no, I'm just trying to do my job. And I was like, well, that's what people always say. You know, they always say I'm just trying to do my job, but the reality is that you doing your job, but your job is telling me nonsense. And he's like, well, you know, we all have to work. And I'm like, yes, we all have to work, but we don't have to work. We don't all have to work like that. He said, well, I do. I said, well, clearly. So he said, well, okay, I will take a look and see if I can get you in at 2:30. Lies. That man knew that room was ready, y'all. 45 minutes later, he calls me. I said, I'm 20 feet away from you. So I walked over. He's like, yes, you know, it's just the business is changing. I said, yeah, because it's no longer about hospitality. You know, the hospitality would be, how can we be as hospitable as possible? Meaning, you just got off a 6-hour flight. So, yeah. There you have it. But I definitely was like, this is capitalist exploitation. And that's what y'all don't understand. So, anywho. Don't ask me where I am. Don't ask me where I am. If I wanted you to know where I was, I'd tell you. So, we got a lot coming up. I got a book tour. I got a book. I got a live stream of What Would the Ancestors Say. I know money is tight for folks, so I respect it. And one second. Yeah, I gotta do I have to do the job of 4 people as one person in like 4 days. So let's see how I'm gonna pull that off. Is Memphis on the book tour? Sure is. I'll be in Memphis on November 14th at the Memphis Library. And November 15th, I will be in Orange Mound at their library. I'm gonna be in the hood, y'all. I'm gonna be in the hood, Orange Mound. When it's neighborhoods that I only know about from rap songs, I'm like, ooh, I'm about to be in the hood. The book is $30. The book is $30. You paying for the text, you paying for the labor of laying out the book myself. You're paying for the illustrations that I created in the book. You're paying for the additional resources that I also include in the book. And basically you're paying for the unfortunate, well, I won't say it's unfortunately. The truth of the matter is that when you are supporting independent artists, it's like a lot of times when you see things at a certain price point, it's because there's such a bigger quantity being sold, right? So like if I was on Simon & Schuster, I could have a $20 price point because those $20 price points that, you know, they're doing a whole bunch of pushing. They also have investors, et cetera, et cetera. It's just me. My goal is to sell 5,500 books before January 2027. I am absolutely allowed to sell my books to libraries. And I'm going to be doing an audiobook that I will release around the new year. So I am coming to Seattle, yep. I'm doing a coloring book for that will release around Black Friday. You know, the goal is to kind of like really just give y'all, someone said $19.99 is fair. Who determines what's fair? You telling me that that's a fair price for my art, $19.99? You decided that that's fair for my art? I will decide what's fair for my art. Thank you. I'll decide what's fair for my art. Like, what? Shit. I heard you say it, Althea. Period. Yeah. Hey, sick in the head. So, yeah, I mean, I'm going to post to my Patreon tonight. I'm going to post to my Patreon tonight some sample pages that people will get to see of the book. Hey, Kim. And, well, TVMVB, if you can't buy it, one of the things that people have suggested is to share it. So to squat up with two people or with another person or however many, and you share it. You basically have like your own library. And to be quite honest, I think that's a really dope, beautiful way of getting, you know, books in your life and in your space, because it's mutual aid. And it allows us to support each other. So I do still teach young kids art. I sure do. I teach them art. Leah, I don't know if you can request it at your library yet. I mean, these are the types of things I have to like figure out, you know, like how to get it in the library system. But I have a homegirl who's a librarian. So I'm going to learn. I'm going to figure it out. Someone asked if the books will be signed. So if you buy them, there's going to basically be two types of versions that are available. There's the signed version, which is available, and then there'll be like the unsigned version, which is available. The signed version costs a little more, and it comes with a button. I think it comes with a pin, what else? So one thing I want to remind y'all is that like I used to tour, right? Like I used to be a touring comedian. So I used to be out in the world, and that was how I fed myself. And so in basically disengaging from that business, I am establishing like how I'm gonna fend for myself now, right? And so, I have a vision of how that works with like creating literature and creating art, but I think it's really kind of an interesting journey for you guys to bear witness to, because it also changes the way that you create, because well you have to challenge yourself not to create from a capitalist mindset while still creating from a merchant mindset, right? And as a merchant, it's, well, these are the things that people come to me for. These are the things that are unique in my craftsmanship. I need to wash my shirt. These are I was so thirst to wear it that I didn't wash it first, but you're supposed to wash it first so that it gets all this gook off. And so that's a different kind of mindset, because capitalism seeks exploitation, right? So capitalism seeks, how do I just give people something that they may want or need, and how do I get the most from them, even though that thing may not even be unique or special, right? Whereas as a merchant, you are the one who is curating, right? There's no Malcolm shirts in this drop. This was just a one of one. There's no Malcolm shirts in this drop. I'm still working out the shirt situation, but that'll come. And so that's a different exchange. That's a different exchange. And that's why when people will say to me like, oh, well, you're a capitalist too, because look at what you're doing. I'm like, no, I still have to feed myself, but I'm doing so in a way that seeks to present my unique gifts. Right? I present my unique gifts, and you have a choice. You see, there's the scarcity of capitalism. The other part of capitalism is that it seeks to charge you for that which you need. You understand? Healthcare, food, housing, water. These are needs. And they are presented to you as a scarcity. No. Absolutely not. The other thing capitalism does is it steals, right? It steals. So it takes from those who possess and gives them very, very little for it in order to then get a greater amount for it. It exploitates. It exploits. So when you're dealing with merchants who are creating their own art, I can't exploit you, because ultimately you have a choice. And the things that I'm selling you is not something you need. It's something you want. And the best I can do is provide you with something that will fulfill you, that will enchant you, right? That will empower you, engage you, etc. My homeboy in Grenada, he was like, yo, when you come out here next time, how much would you charge me to paint a mural? And he's an IT whiz, like a full wizard. Like every time I talk to him, he's talking about lasers. I'm just like, all right. And I was like, I would charge you a barter, that when I come to Grenada and have a home, that you will set up my IT in exchange for me painting the mural on your house. My show is not that kind of show, love. But congrats on dropping your music. I think I can get Bob Dylan on the show, guys. And that would be really exciting for me. Because I would just get to, like, stare at him. I mean, I'll listen, of course. I'll listen, of course. But also, he's just so lovely. So, Elijah said, oh, hi. Oh, hi. Do I think Bob Dylan is cute? Yes, I do think Bobby Dylan is cute. Absolutely. I think he's also brilliant. And he's also brave. So he's cute, brilliant, and brave. So that's a lot of energy. It's a lot. It's a lot of masculine, positive masculine energy. So, yeah. Big fan of that. What was I going to say? Someone said deadly combination. Facts. Right, because then the accent is with it, but then it's a deep voice. It's a deep voice, so it's like an accent, and then it's smart. And it's like very erudite, but without being like pompous or whatever. So it's just a lot of energy that I think would be really valuable to all of us. Really just top of the pops. Top of the pops. Yeah. He's also just lovely. He's just a delightful, lovely man. So there's that. Reese, I was telling them that I think I can get Bobby Dylan on the show. So I'm going to work on it. People do not think I'm speaking about Bob Dylan. Maybe you think I'm speaking about Bob Dylan, but I'm not. Bob Dylan doesn't have a British accent. He's also not known for being particularly brave or, boisterous or whatever. So I think you think I'm talking about Bob Dylan, but I'm not. I'm talking about Bobby Dylan, who said deaf to the IDF. That's what I'm talking about. All right? That's who I'm talking about. Brilliant. Brilliant and brave. Yeah, he's also 80-something, Bob Dylan is. So that's also, you could rule that out. He's also a Zionist. So, like, it's not really happening. Is he still alive? I'm not sure. Anywho, let me get back to work. I've got a lot to accomplish. And unless there's any questions before I go, but just tapping in for those of you all who just got here. I think he is. For those who just got here, want to let you know that I apologize for the technical difficulties on today's episode, but tomorrow morning we will have a special Views from Mandaland. It'll be the episode, but like with actual audio. So that's what I'm working on getting together. So big apps to everyone, and look out, because I am going to be putting a lot of stuff up over the next 24 hours. A lot of stuff is going to be available. So, one, I am going to have volunteers for the shows and for the book tour when I get that posted. But one, the tickets will be available for the live stream that's going down on November 8th. Two, you'll be able to order pre-sale signed copies of my book. Three, you'll also be able to get the Malcolm X pin. actually, let me just fetch it. I did try the foil. It didn't work. So now I don't know what to do with this cat. We're working on it though. So the Malcolm X pin will be available in a couple hours. Thank you, Trayshawn. Excited. So More Than Ruby's Ministries, there will be an audiobook, and that's coming in a little bit. So unfortunately, it's not going to be available this go round. Can I design you a James Brown food stamp shirt? Yes. James Brown tried a food stamp. I don't even know what that means. I don't even know what that means. What do you mean he tried a food stamp? Like he ate it? Or he tried to use... He definitely did try to use food stamps, I remember. But like, okay. I mean, ODB's album cover, he made a food stamp? Elijah, what are you talking about? James Brown had his own food stamps? How? It's a government run. Why, thank you, More Than Ruby's Ministries. That's from watching quite a bit of Game of Thrones, as well as Downton Abbey, as well as Fawlty Towers, as well as, of course, Call the Midwife. I mean, ODB definitely did that, and the cover of his album was his food stamp card. Anywho, you know I'll stay on here with y'all forever, so let me go because I did watch Top Boy. Top Boy. Top Boy. Top Boy. Top. That's tough. Top Boy. Oh. Top Boy. A little better. A little. Top Boy. But see, that's where it gets tricky, right? Because you're getting the amalgam of the Caribbean influence, as well as you're getting the African influence in there. So there's a lot of different pronunciations that find themselves in the mix. Top Boy. Yeah, that sounds about right. And now I'm doing a Cockney, a little bit of a Cockney kind of accent. Little bit. I really want to learn how to do a Manchester accent. I really want to learn how to do a Scouse. That's what I really want to do. I really want to learn how to do a Scouse accent. Manchester. So, yeah. Maybe if I find some time, I'll do it. Anywho, Olia, have a good evening. And perhaps I'll see you tomorrow.